Yo, what is going on? We are back, episode 7. One half of the best tag team in the world.
Yes, sir.
I am Chris, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter.
It's your boy Barry, Lee Barry, Barry Season.
Yes,
back
sir.
yapping about wrestling.
Yes, sir. As usual, always some stuff to talk about. Wouldn't say necessarily banner weekend wrestling, but definitely some good talking points.
Yeah, for sure.
First and foremost, Darby Allin, congratulations. Officially climbed Mount Everest. I ain't gonna lie, I be thinking Darby do stuff because he love the game, bro.
Or he just don't give a fuck about life.
Or he just don't care about life because, like, I don't know how much money he make, but I know he make enough money where he don't got to do half the shit he do.
Yeah, that's like you gotta be. That's just something crazy just to be like, you know what? Let me go climb Mount Everest.
Let me go climb Mount Everest.
The highest peak in the world, like
in the middle of what is possibly one of the biggest pushes I'm gonna get in my career, bro.
Yeah, you know
that
what?
shit is crazy.
I'm just going to side mission real quick.
That shit is crazy, especially when you know what the end goal of the Death Riders storyline is supposed to be. Leaving to go climb Mount Everest is crazy. MJF is supposed to be in the Hurt Syndicate. Last Wednesday they said they were gonna let him in. They're supposed to have a contract signing on Dynamite this Wednesday.
What could possibly go wrong at a contract signing?
What could possibly go wrong? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I might be a little hurt if they don't actually let him in. they took me on a ride for a couple weeks, bro. Bobby done stole his car. MJF done brought Shelton some shorties. You know what I'm saying? Like, gave him his watch, bro. Hey, he don't let him in for real. I'm gonna be livid. I'm not gonna lie. This is funny. I'm entertained. This is. I want to see where this goes because getting a thumb over is crazy, bro. Like, shout out to them, bro. Like that ass, bro. Like they got a thumbs up gesture over, dude. Like, that shit is beast.
That's why you just love wrestling, man.
You literally, bro. You can get anything over in wrestling if you try hard enough, bro. Like, if people into it, like anything. Could not find the full Double or Nothing card.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a few matches where some of AEW's main players are involved, so I definitely want to highlight those and see who we think will win and just where we're at. So I will start with the Owen Hart tournament. On the men's side, the finals are Hangman versus Will Ospreay, and then on the women's side, it is Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes. For men's, personally, I'm leaning Hangman. I've said many times, both here on Twitter, I'm not lying. Check my account. I think the Hangman character is one of the best in wrestling. I think the redemption story being told is one of the best across all of wrestling. I would like to see it culminate. I would like to see it come full circle. Give me Hangman.
I'm going for a new era. Give me Ospreay winning this tournament and then Ospreay beating Moxley because Moxley doesn't really care about the belt for some reason. I see he barely has it on TV.
Get that belt out the briefcase, bro.
I think it's time to, like, Ospreay could just be the 5-star match guy every other week on TV. Just give us banger matches. You know, hopefully this highlight some new talent on the roster. You know, be like a new era for AEW, I guess, because I think, you know, they lost some talent. You know, just be like, hey, look, our champion wrestles every week, unlike the other brand, and let's just keep it going. Like,
hey, that's a good selling point. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, every champion in WWE don't wrestle every week.
Yeah.
That's a good selling point.
So yeah, I feel like, you know, Ospreay, he can have, you know, I see Fletcher's gonna be in Hangman's corner, so that could lead to some stuff down the line. Yeah,
really?
they got it on here. Winner of Hangman and Fletcher. Okay. So
you were looking at
I guess that's
okay.
old. All right. Well, whoops. But yeah, still give me Hangman. I mean, just give me Ospreay still.
Okay.
Future.
Mercedes and Jamie Hayter. I'm leaning Jamie Hayter. I've seen the discourse around this match in particular, and I do agree. While the match already did happen, the biggest match to me that they can do at All In is absolutely Mercedes and Athena. Obviously, it wouldn't have the restrictions of a TV match being on pay-per-view. But also, Jamie Hayter was somebody who, in the early-ish stages of AEW, because it's like maybe 5 or 6 years old now. I'm not sure the exact.
Yeah, like 6.
Yeah, but she was somebody who was kind of like, you know what I mean, the breakout star for the women. I think it's definitely important to, like, try to get her back to that phase and just, like, give her this spotlight. Um, I don't know if I have her necessarily winning against Toni Storm. I wouldn't mind it though, because Toni Storm has had a couple of women's championship reigns. But like, yeah, I do think it's important. Like, no matter what, like you get Jamie Hayter back, like in that spotlight.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take Mercedes because I think Mercedes is like Mercedes Hogan. Whatever she got going on. Mercedes, 3 belts? So I think just keep the narrative going.
Yeah, man. Also, Anarchy in the Arena, which would consist of Swerve, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, which is Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, etc. Versus the Death Riders. Give me Swerve in the Ops and Willow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them too.
In these situations, I don't really root against the babyface team, to be honest. And like the momentum Swerve has right now is like insane, bro.
Yeah,
like it's just
he's been on high for a while. I can admit that.
Like in wrestling, it's probably only a select number of superstars across like any company where you can kind of, I guess, give them a storyline that's kind of supposed to tank them, or like an ending to a match that is supposed to necessarily kind of like tank them, take their stock down a little bit. Swerve's been on the up since Dynasty, so give me Swerve in the Ops over the Death Riders.
All right, I'm cool with that.
LFG winners. I don't really watch that shit.
Me neither,
but
wrestling's
black
for
people won. So
Team Undertaker too. On top of that,
yeah, on Mark Calloway's team, he might beat the allegations, but I don't know.
It looked too, like, I guess, too green, or it just didn't. I just couldn't get behind it. It just, like, I saw the clips look cool, seeing how like the business goes and how like.
So truthfully, I don't watch that shit for 3 reasons. One, YouTube TV doesn't have A&E for whatever reason. I don't know why. I haven't been able to watch any of Superstar Sunday because YouTube TV does not have A&E, or I can't find it on YouTube TV. Two, when it comes to two, I had the feeling it was a little bit more heavily scripted than they led on. Because those people, ultimately, bro, they didn't just pick people for a reality show to like be on there. Like, those people already worked for WWE. Like, they'd already been to the Performance Center, bro.
Okay, all right.
And eventually, I feel like all of them are going to get on NXT at some point, or not all of them, but like maybe like
the ones who you see the potential in them. Yeah,
exactly. And then 3, again, I guess it kind of plays into like the scripted nature of it, but like when it comes to wrestling, I try to. Even though we do this, so there are some things I like read up on and like, you know what I'm saying, so we can bring to the show. There's also like things in wrestling that I try to keep myself away from just to, I guess, keep kayfabe in a sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
in
a way, I don't want to know how everything works. Like when WWE Unreal drops on Netflix, I'm probably not gonna watch that because like I
might sneak in that for a little bit.
Yeah, like I don't always want to know what's going on. If anything, I'm more of a later down the road type of person. Like, you can tell me about it later on down the road. Like, I don't, like, for example, how they did the WrestleMania 40 documentary. I don't want to hear about that like 4 months after the match happened. Like, you know, tell me in a couple years. I think it'd be a cooler story. But like,
the 41 was cool just because how everything just like spiraled around. But then like Rock just being the Rock, it was like, I had an idea, a tag team match. Just imagine we give the people what they want this
like,
time.
Dwayne, be serious, bro.
We know what you want to do.
When is the last time you really gave the people what they wanted, dude?
I had an idea. A WWE title. Just imagine it. You have a champion for one brand. And then with LFG, it was just kind of awkward just watching, like, people who not fully there yet trying to cut, like, promos. They were kind of, like, cringeworthy. And then that kind of threw me off. And then seeing how, like, stuff, like you said, behind-the-scenes stuff. And then, like, you got, okay, somebody come here and cut a promo. And then, like, they cut, like an internet promo, like, oh, I could do this to you, and you're this, yada, yada. Like, the one guy I caught out CM Punk was like, you were my hero, and you left.
You left,
Like, he just was like, come on, bro. Like, you got to be something else.
He tried, but hey.
And then another thing I seen, like, they had one guy, he was like, like I said, a little too scripted. Like, one guy, he went off script during a tag team match. I guess he went in business for himself, and I was kind of...
Which I don't think anybody's going to do when they're, you know,
like you're
really trying to get a job.
Yeah, like,
so
you're that green to, like... WWE Hall of Famers and legends, like, yeah. But, you know, shout out to black people. They got the job done, you know. Man. See them on NXT real soon. Powerhouse people. I'm excited.
Oh, also, apparently, I don't know if, hopefully I didn't get, like, sent out or something, but apparently season 2 is supposed to start, like, middle of June.
Oh wow, that's soon.
And I think people who didn't win or like people who were finalists will be back on that second season
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
if
that's
I'm
cool.
correct.
Get them a little chance to get the if it isn't too scripted. Also, shout out to Love because Undertaker got Michelle McCool
Oh yeah.
to
Hey, I
replace
ain't gonna lie, that's kind of nasty.
or
bro.
somebody. I
That
don't
shit is
know.
kind of nasty. I don't know if he didn't want Mickey James there or like I
Or
don't know.
Love
Bro.
just wins.
Yeah, Love wins, but that shit is kind of nasty. Bro, I ain't gonna cap to you.
Oh, motion, man, motion.
So another thing that happened, the mid card champions of NXT and also of SmackDown stated they wouldn't mind doing open challenges across brands. We're talking about Ricky Saints, no longer Starks, North American champion of NXT, and Zelina Vega, Women's United States champion of SmackDown. Uh, the Ricky Starks thing is kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's him and like maybe three other people in NXT who can really like hold the men's division down. And, like a draft coming up, bro. I don't know. Like, hey,
They need to. Something gotta.
niggas got to do something.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I was seeing somebody was saying on Twitter how they don't really feel this trick heel turn. Because to me, it's like because they had to do something different. Because Trick is a main event guy. He's NXT main event guy.
Yeah.
You can't have him around the title too much because Oba is Oma. You got to make Oba look strong, and we don't want to see Oba and Trick going like back and forth. Because I doubt you have Oba lose like a couple times in feuds. Yeah. So shouts out to Ricky Saints for doing this. I think this would be cool. Like bring some guys down to NXT.
Yeah, I don't know if on the point of Oba, I don't know if Oba lose until like Stand and Deliver next year if we being truthful. As far as like the open challenges, I don't know who. I mean, who would? I don't know who you would bring. Not saying there aren't like because obviously they're talking about a cross brand, so it would be like good to bring somebody from like SmackDown or Raw. I just don't know. Nobody jumps off the page to me in particular as somebody who would be going down there to do that. Do you have anything in mind? I'm drawing blanks here to be honest.
Well, your boy, since he's not getting much pull, I'd say I throw Dragon Lee down there a couple times.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like one of the Phasma Kuzma guys. I'm trying to think who else. Just some guys who not even seen on TV.
Yeah.
Of course, mid card guys. Just put on like decent TV matches. Like they don't have to win. Just put on good matches. Like give Ricky some good spotlight because Ricky can wrestle real good. And then women, Selena, she just said just throw me anywhere. She just loves the game. So
yeah,
put her anybody.
I think the real issue, as far as the real issue with like the women's mid card is, and we talked about this a lot. Stop releasing people. Like,
oh yeah, that's
you want a mid card, but like you only. If it still feels like to an extent with the women, it's just like either you're a main eventer or like you're just not on TV.
Yeah, which sucks.
If you were using them appropriately though, like maybe you'd have a little bit more. Because right now the SmackDown Women's mid card is probably it really just consists of Zelina Vega, Michin, B-Fab, but technically they're a tag team. So and Chelsea Green, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to use them. We're gonna get into this, or get into SmackDown in a few minutes. But Julia is a part of SmackDown.
Julia, I never make a fool of ya.
Great call up, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie and say I expected her to be on SmackDown. But honestly, where SmackDown is, like you kind of need as many heavy hitters as you can get.
Yeah, you do.
I think that was the right approach as far as getting some more people on the brand, and like I said,
she could be the workhorse on SmackDown for sure.
Absolutely. So I think that was a good move. And before we get into our reviews, Zoe Stark.
Prayers,
man. Definitely an unfortunate injury.
Yeah, that sucked.
That's awful, man. It was like you knew too, bro. Like she was writhing in pain, bro. Like all you heard was screaming. I was like, oh man, it's tough.
First match since like the releases too, so had to be like
got rid of like all her partners and stuff, and like she was still there. Like obviously somebody sees something in her for her to like still be there. Like she does a very good job wrestling. Obviously, I don't think wrestling was the issue. I think the character had some work to do, but we don't even know. I mean, obviously, her being injured, we're not sure like what they were building towards. We're not sure where it could have gone. So it definitely is tough. Please stop sharing that video, though, bro. Like, a lot of y'all are sharing the video online. Like, stop, bro. It's just kind of insensitive. Somebody made a Twitter page for it, dude. Yeah, like, fam, come on, man. Have some decency, bro.
Elon, fix the app, please.
That nigga's not fixing that up. But yeah, bro, have some decency, bro. With that, we can jump into Smackdown.
Decent show. I'm not gonna lie. This was a pretty good show. I'm not gonna lie.
Not the best, but definitely
not the worst.
Yeah, not the worst either. The highs were high, the lows were low. One of the lowest lows for me. Why? 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah. One of the lowest lows for me. Why the fuck are you naming Jeff Cobb JC Mateo, bro? What the fuck are we doing?
Gotta do the vibe check, man.
I just don't get it. Man, he was on TV on Saturday and you called him Jeff Cobb. Like, now all of a sudden he's JC Mateo. What the hell are we doing, dude? Michael Cole literally said on commentary, that's Jeff Cobb. Like, nigga Solo out there calling him JC. I said, this could only mean one thing. Then they upload the video to YouTube like 10, 15 minutes later, and it says JC Mateo. Like, what are we doing, bro?
I mean, he gotta fit the narrative going on, man, that he's one of them.
That shit is ass, man. We know he's not Samoan, and that's okay, bro. Nobody thought Bronson Reed was Samoan when you put him on the War Games team. Like, niggas be overthinking shit, bro. That shit is ass. That shit is ass. Like, I ain't get on the them changing Ricky Starks to Ricky Saints, because I was like, okay,
kind of flows right.
Yeah, that ain't too bad, nigga. JC Mateos, that name sucks, nigga. That name sucks.
Must have been a Def Rebel thing too.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. I don't even want to know what his theme music sound like. With that being said, Solo, Jacob Fatu.
Tensions are rising.
Yeah, tensions are definitely rising.
Kind of nervous about this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
I am too, but the positive, they are very clearly slowly angling towards a Jacob Fatu babyface type thing. And I say that because
he's just too old for him. You can't run away from it. Yeah.
Yeah, like for one, like he's not really getting booed. For two, like and I don't know if this is just Samoan thing at this point, but like this nigga's a catchphrase machine. Like I rewatched the opening segment today, and you hear the whole crowd like, "Oh, gas, no
really?
brakes, yada."
Yeah. He just.
Yeah. So I definitely think they're angling towards it, especially seeing that part where Solo was like, you know, like you used to like yell loud and proud,
love me,
like,
man.
Yeah, like you used to yell loud.
You was
proud.
my fucking cinnamon apple. What happened to us, man?
So they're definitely angling towards something, and I think I kind of like it because one, as we said, like he's over, but also we're in a territory where I think Jacob kind of feels some type of like loyalty to Solo, because I think that's why there was hesitation when he like said it, but he also didn't say it how he used to say it.
Yeah.
So I do think, in a sense, like he still feels like that loyalty to Solo, and he doesn't want to necessarily turn his back on his family, but he's kind of getting to the point where he wants to do things his own way.
Yeah, we saw that with like the match Saturday and how they brought in JC Mateo.
That nigga's name is Jeff Cobb, bro. Fuck that
I'm
shit.
calling Jeff Cobb.
That shit. Just like they be calling Edge Cope. I'm not calling you that shit, bro. Your name is Jeff Cobb, bro. Stop it. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see where that goes. Bliss qualifies for Money in the Bank.
I mean, I'm not. I was kind of a little salty because I wanted Chelsea to get. I wanted Chelsea because she had like one of the best moments last year in the Money in the Bank.
She did have
maybe she sneaks in there with the second round qualifying thing, whatever they want to do with that. But hey, man, Alexa Bliss, emotion.
Man,
I just like
the reactions is crazy.
Like, dude, I'm not surprised, but it's just like, damn.
It's reactions to the point where you can't hear the music. Like,
yeah, like
that shit is
okay, all right, I'm with it. So hey, welcome back. She missed, Rumble to Mania, which I'm not mad at, because if you can't find a spot for talent, just
see. I agree and I disagree. Obviously, don't put people on TV just for the sake of putting them on TV. Like, if you make sure you have a creative direction. Yeah. But also, you got Nick Khan at WrestleMania week telling niggas like, hey, like we don't bench people. Like, nigga, I can name like 5 people that's on the bench right now.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like when you go out and make statements like that, like you kind of got to back it up. Like,
Yeah, but good match. I'm glad Alexa got the win. Kind of, just like I said, a little salty about Chelsea not being there because of the moment she had.
mm-hmm.
Decent TV match. I'm glad to see where this Alexa character is going. We saw her backstage with Charlotte again. Don't know what they're doing with that. I'm gonna just let that cook because Charlotte get a little. What they're gonna do with her character. We see what's gonna happen next week. It's gonna be Charlotte, Julia, and damn, I'm drawing a blank right now. But she's gonna be in a qualifying match to see if she wins or not because we don't want to see it. But hopefully it's a good match. But yeah, I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited to see Alexa cook.
Yeah. First off, let me just say this as a whole. I think like the storytelling aspect of SmackDown was really good this week. I feel like they told a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
In the background, stuff that we'll see in the near future. The Charlotte and Alexa Bliss thing in particular. Again, we talk about this very often on here, but like apparently it's rooted in reality. Like I saw a bunch of tweets about how I guess Bliss was treated by some of the other horsewomen as opposed to like how Charlotte treated her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting for that reason alone, but also this is something I beg for. Like I want to see like Charlotte do something different. I want to see Charlotte like go in a different direction.
Yeah.
And I do think the story they're trying to tell here may be one of how we talk about that influx of new NXT talent like coming up to the roster and stuff. I think the story they're trying to tell is just like, these new girls kind of like gunning for the top spots and like spots that these women had occupied for like so many years. And it's probably a story of like the people who are around, what I'm saying, the horsewomen, Bliss, whoever, like trying to like stave them off in a sense. So I definitely, I think there's a lot of potential there if they keep going with that.
Because I saw where Charlotte wants to be like a normal person and like with a new character. So this will be cool. It might take. It's probably gonna be a slow burn as most stuff, but I'm excited to see that because Alexa's a great character, great personality. The pops caught me off guard, but they crazy. So this might help Charlotte out in the long run. So I'm a little excited to see this.
Definitely, Fraxium versus DIY, man. The Fraxium is the best tag team in the world. Agenda continues to grow every week. Great match. No real complaints. DIY has done their thing. First off, the SmackDown tag team division as a whole is, I don't want to say carrying SmackDown because there's some other good parts of SmackDown, but like tag team wrestling is probably the best part about that show as of this recording.
Oh yeah, for sure. They are.
So I am very excited about Fraxium. I am pleasantly surprised by I guess there's only so many tag teams like there, so I'm kind of surprised by like the collision course so soon with the Street Profits, because next week it'll be twice at this point. But I do think the Street Profits being hurt from TLC kind of gave like a a little blanket of protection. Yeah. So I don't know if we go like 1-1. I don't know if Fraxium wins. I don't know if we get shenanigans and nobody wins.
I got my money on shenanigans.
I think we got. I wouldn't hate it.
Because I think I'm hoping this comes true, we get a part 2. We just get like a straight ladder match at Money in the Bank with Profits, Fraxium, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns. Because that TLC match was crazy. They can just up it up a notch with this ladder match.
Yeah, I do think even if they don't make like pay-per-views or like PLEs, whatever you want to call them, I do think that whenever the tag team championships are involved, I don't know if it's Road Dogg, I don't know if it's Triple H, but like I do think they try their best to like keep all the tag teams involved.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're seeing that a lot with like a bunch of storylines. How we're keeping like them focused around the titles. Like we're gonna talk about Raw later with the 4 people around focused on that title, maybe 6. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like tag team is doing a thing on SmackDown. Like I said, SmackDown just has to book matches. You got 3 hours. Yeah. It's a dragged out show. Just book good matches. And we got this on Friday. It was a decent SmackDown. It was very watchable.
Yeah, the important thing is just like not making it like a drag to get through.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I think they do a good job of trying to keep all the teams involved. So like you said, I would probably put money on the Shenanigans, and fingers crossed we get the tag team championships on Money in the Bank. If not that, then it probably will be Night of Champions, which is June 28th. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, regardless, hopefully it leads to like getting the SmackDown award the tag team championships on the pay per view. Aleister Black versus Carmelo Hayes.
Poor boy. Tell you, man, Melo don't miss.
Melo don't miss, and I've officially seen enough to convince me that Aleister Black was absolutely phoning it in when he was in AEW because he wanted to work for Triple H and he wanted to be with his wife.
No, he barely had like matches on TV. Like
no, so his problem, you know what the problem was in AEW besides like I said, he was phoning it in. He didn't have a lot of one-on-one matches, but he had a lot of like trios matches with the House of Black.
Well, that was like the problem over there was they had too much talent, so you had to like have all these 6-man tag matches. Granted. Trios tag team match.
Frankly,
well, tag team titles.
Frankly, I think it's too much talent in both companies. Like it's like 100+ people on both rosters. Like across, I think AEW has like a few more, but it's like the official number I saw was like 100 or something. That might have changed after cuts, but like that's just nasty. But yeah, I
like this match. I'm glad they let last week Aleister technically beat Melo on a roll up.
Yep.
So this time you let Melo get over on having the match ended in a DQ, but Melo got his trick shot on, so now people know what his signature move is. Melo, hopefully pick for Money in the Bank. Like, hey, we got a little tease of Melo and Miz, little confrontation going on. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get Melo away from the Miz, but like this is a case of like how I have a problem with how long it's taking to get Waller away from Theory. We'll talk about that later. Everything doesn't have to necessarily be like slow burn. Don't make it take 6 months to get Miz away from Carmelo.
Oh, please,
like,
no. That's just too long.
If Melo gonna turn on him because he feel like he anchoring him, like you really got till July. Like, come on, bro. Like, Melo was SmackDown's #1 pick last year, bro. Like, we know who he is. Everybody at home knows who he is. Everybody in the crowd knows who he is. Like, bro, like, let's get it going.
But yeah, solid TV match. Aleister beating the allegations.
Absolutely.
Melo getting his shit off. I'm like you said. Everything with me is what he said, a playoff series. So
yeah,
we get 7 of these. I'll be there. I'll be seated. Make SmackDown better.
Yes, sir.
Just book good matches. That's literally it.
Cena versus R-Truth is actually going to be a thing. Not for the title. So not a total wash. But yeah,
I don't know what to expect. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't either. Some people think this is what's going to drive Cena to be a good guy again.
I don't know.
Not honestly. I don't think so. I don't think we see that again until like Cody Rhodes on television. If we're being frank, I think if you turn Cena babyface again without a catalyst of it being like Cody Rhodes taking that championship from him or something, like it feels like because you've already obviously we don't fully know because Cody hasn't been on TV in a month, but it feels like in a sense you kind of take somebody equity that Cody Rhodes has built up away if you give that title to someone else or B like have Cena turn face again without like what I'm saying, Cody addressing it. So I don't think either of those happens again prior to seeing Cody Rhodes again. So I'm not worried about that. I do wonder if like it's gonna be a squash. I don't know if he's gonna beat the shit out of R-Truth. I don't know what's going to happen.
I have no idea. Because I'm happy for Truth getting his moment because Truth's been there. Truth's a veteran. I'm not gonna lie, he's funny when he's on TV. It's corny, but people love it. I'm nervous how this match is gonna go. I don't know. Are we getting like Cena versus Cena? Like, are they gonna do each other's moves? Like that.
Yeah.
Do we get like a Truth heel turn or I don't know. Like it's not
nobody. I love R-Truth. Nobody benefits from an R-Truth heel turn.
Yeah, like I don't really know. I don't know what to expect.
Do not do that.
I don't know what to expect. Like, what are we? I'm not confused, but it's just like, where do we go and how do we get there? Then, like you said, with a Cena face turn, I'm not like bored with the Cena heel character. It has its moments, it has its highs, it has its lows.
Yeah, I will say it is not. It's not as bad as I think people think it is, but I do think there are some. I think there are some issues where I think it shouldn't just be like a you people type of thing. I feel like sometimes like he doesn't necessarily address the opposition in this case when he's going against somebody like he's addressed Randy Orton a few times when they had their feud for the title. He addressed Cody Rhodes like once or twice, but like honestly the biggest miss for me of the heel turn is just like the not acknowledging why you did it, or and maybe that comes like later on because he's been in interviews and stuff like on excuse me, like on TV and at appearances. He was just like, I don't want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, how it's going for me, or like is the fact that it's winding down hitting me, like I don't want to ruin good TV for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, when it's over in December, like we can talk and I can explain everything. So hopefully we don't get to the end and then like he has to explain it didn't make sense. Like hopefully like at some point while this is going on.
Yeah, too much of a slow burn. There's too much of that going on. Just
like make a little more sense of it. That's just my issue. But I still like for the most part I think he's really good at being a heel for someone who's like obviously this isn't his first time being a heel, but it's the first time in like 20 plus years.
20 years, yeah.
So I mean, I don't hate it. I definitely think there are some minor tweaks that can make it a little bit better. But yeah, I don't necessarily hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Drew versus Damian Priest one more time in a cage match on Saturday night's main event. We will get into predictions later, but I'm pretty pleased with this rivalry. I think we got a lot of good stuff out of it. And truthfully, I wasn't necessarily into, or I wasn't fully aware of like the vast history they had over like the past year. Like I didn't realize how interconnected they were until like they really started talking about it. Technically the worst night of Drew McIntyre's 2024 was at the hands of like CM Punk and Damian Priest. Yeah. And it's just like at every turn when Drew like is trying to get back to the top, like Priest is there to just like knock him down, eliminated from the Rumble, eliminated from Elimination Chamber. So I was not as aware of the history they had in a vast sense, even though I had been watching. Mm-hmm. So I was definitely pleased with that. I don't know what to expect from this cage match. I don't know who wins, but like I said, I'm pleased with the rivalry, and I'm kind of a little sad it's going to end. I wonder where both of them go after this, to be honest.
I don't think it's over because I think you need. I'm just spoiled. I think you need Drew and Priest for SummerSlam in New York. You need a big match for for Priest. I don't know who could top that right now because Priest is from New York. I'm excited for this match. Like we said numerous times, Priest against bigger wrestlers, taller wrestlers. He puts on great matches. Drew is Drew. The internet work, the mic work, promo work. He don't miss. I'm excited for this. This is gonna be a banger.
I think so too. I only say it's over because like both of them were like, yeah, this has to end. So I don't know. Hopefully it actually is, honestly. Not because I'm tired of it. Like I said, they've entertained me. Like their WrestleMania match was great. Yeah. The interactions in the Fatal 4 were great. But I do think this is a scenario where like as people who have been around each other for a year, this is kind of something where they shouldn't necessarily touch unless it's like some type of like qualifier match or something. But nothing like expansive again like this rivalry. Jimmy versus Solo versus Rey Fenix. Not gonna lie, I was not a fan of this match for several reasons, but like I guess like number one being like what is Solo Sikoa doing pinning Rey Fenix, bro?
This was like a weird. This was like who drew this play up? This is just like
Road Dogg.
It's just like
tell you drew the play.
It's just like it don't make sense. So we know Jay and Solo have like crazy history, and you just like, all right, let's throw Rey Fenix in there. Like, do y'all know who Rey Fenix is? Like, y'all just.
Yeah, bro. I feel like, I guess I should have known who was gonna win the match once I seen like who was in it. But I'm just like,
no, I really thought. Oh, I forgot. It didn't cross my mind about the whole the AAA event being the same day as Money in the Bank. But then it was like, man. You put Rey Fenix in a ladder match? That's gonna cook.
You don't need every single luchador in that triple.
Yeah, exactly. But
you got way more luchadors than Rey Fenix, bro. But I mean, hey, That's what they want to do, I guess, man.
I would have had a better match for Ray if I knew he was gonna lose. Like, let him get some shit off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. This is just
because it's funny because last week we were talking about the disconnect between Penta and Ray Phoenix. Again, one of the major disconnects. We didn't see Penta lose for like 2 months.
Oh, he didn't get pinned for a while either. We
had not seen him get pinned, like none of that. Like
the match he lost, I think.
It was against Balor was the first one to pin him, but there was interference.
Yeah.
But my issue is
he hasn't lost clean yet. I don't think, except for that pin match.
Yeah, I don't think he's lost.
Even the Finn match, I think it was some bullshit.
Yeah, like Phoenix has lost. Well, he didn't lose clean at WrestleMania either. But regardless, he has lost twice. Once at WrestleMania, once in that qualifier match. Part of, obviously, the Cero Miedo and all that is keeping Penta connected to audiences. But also another part of that is just protecting the wrestler. And I know we're in an era where wrestlers are too protected. But I don't know. When it's somebody that new, and again, we've said this often, some WWE fans or most WWE fans live inside a bubble, bro. Yeah. So they don't necessarily know who Phoenix is. So it was important to build that connection and to have him wrestle these matches and build that equity and have him in storylines if possible and just show what he can do.
Yeah.
But and this is why I also said if I have anybody face Grand Americano at WrestleMania, it was gonna be Dragon Lee. It was a natural story fit, but also you don't sacrifice anything by having Dragon Lee lose.
Yeah.
People know who he is, but you don't sacrifice anything by having him lose. So I thought that was, I don't know. I don't get it. I think they'll figure something out. Like I said, I think the best thing for Phoenix at this point, if the storylines don't pick up, is just to hurry up and speed this Lucha Bros thing up, bro. Yeah. And that might, him getting some of Penta's aura might, save him.
Yeah, this just felt like they just threw 3 random names on the board and was like, all right, we just gotta have Solo win.
Yeah, man, that shit is sick. I would have took Jimmy, to be honest, but then somebody still would have had to pin Phoenix. I don't think Solo was getting pinned regardless. Jeff Cobb versus LA Knight. Again, that nigga's name is Jeff Cobb. I'm not calling him JC Mateo. Also was not a fan of this. I don't
really?
Know. Yeah, so it was good in terms of getting him in front of the audience, but what did it, what did it really accomplish? Nobody felt better off when I was watching it, to be honest, and it felt like a little bit of a drag to get through. And I don't normally say that about anything LA Knight's involved in, because he's always. But at the same time, you can only work with what somebody gives you. Yeah. I don't know if maybe they just don't have the chemistry. I don't know. There's a lot of things that took me out of he was wrestling in a black T-shirt and jeans and some wrist tape, man.
What's some loafers on that too?
Yeah, bro. I don't know if the signing was rushed. I don't know if they ain't got no theme music for him. I don't know. Come on, bro.
Yeah, this was a decent TV match. Wasn't the best. Wasn't the worst. They let him get some good offense off. Showed him how he's a powerful guy. The power slam to LA Knight was cool. LA Knight got some stuff off. LA Knight's got the vibe. The RA isn't going anywhere soon. I'm kind of tired of LA Knight and with the bloodline. I don't know. You just some stuff just don't make sense, But I guess this was part of the storyline of Solo looking dominant, whatever they call the group, Bloodline 2.0, whatever they call them, looking dominant. Unfortunately, it had to be LA Knight who took a loss. So.
Yeah, I guess the bright side is that initially, him and Solo was going to be a Money in the Bank qualifier, but they did an impromptu match with him and JC instead. So maybe LA Knight still gets in Money in the Bank. Hopefully he does.
Please.
Because why wouldn't you want your biggest stars in there? We're going to talk about that later too, because some of you are idiots. Nia versus Tiffany Stratton, bro. Hey man, listen. Tiffany Stratton heard all that talk about how y'all was saying it's only one real world champion in WWE, and it's Io Sky. Hey, listen, bro. Tiffany Stratton, take a bow.
Hey, shout out Nia too. She hasn't had a bad match in a while. Nia does really good work on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. Fam, Tiffany Stratton busted her open, dude.
Bro, they had me for a second.
No. She legit busted her open like that.
No, I'm talking about Nia winning. I thought.
Yeah. That was one of the crazier closing sequences I've probably seen this year. Mm-hmm. Just because one, Nobody ever kicks out of the Brady Spoon sauce. I was like, oh my god, like it's really over tonight. Like they really finna get a belt back to Nia. But then, she like Tiffany goes for the power bomb, and like at first I was like, was this supposed to go like that? Because it looked like it hurt. Like,
Oh yeah.
which is supposed to, but like it really looked like it hurt. I was like, oh my god, like this shit might be over, bro. Tiffany reaches out for the rope. I said,
Woo, boy, they had me. I guess they had me for a second.
started shadow boxing in the room. I said, oh, this is that real shit. But yeah, man. In the midst of that, Jade and Naomi, who have both kind of been intertwined with Nia and Tiffany over the past few weeks, had a little run in. Jade starts whooping ass outside of the arena. And like I said, Nia tries to use the chair, gets drop kick, gets blasted. Man, that cut, I seen the pictures of the cut. That shit.
Yeah, that was.
nasty.
I didn't notice it till y'all said something because I didn't see like the blows on her face like on
that
camera.
shit was like that. Shit was
Yeah, I
like
didn't even.
really
Yeah,
there,
that
bro.
was crazy.
I was like,
Did you notice? Like throughout the show, they had Naomi like in the background of talking to
Yeah.
different women.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing I never miss is like them little background things.
Oh, yeah,
they
gotta-
be doing.
shout out to
I
Hunter
always
for
see
that.
that shit, bro. I always see that shit. But yeah, I am very pleased with that match. Very solid TV matchup. I think they're doing a good job of trying to like settle Tiffany Stratton in this babyface thing, and I
Yeah.
think they're not necessarily doing like the whole like white meat babyface thing either. I think they're kind of doing the like, I'm a babyface, but also like,
I can talk my talk.
yeah, I can talk my talk. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Which works perfectly because the unfortunate heel turn, face turn, whatever you want to call it, because of the Charlotte character, how we really feel about that. So shout out to Tiffany. Fresh face, she got to grow. So this is cool. Like I said, that was a great TV match. Solid SmackDown. Hopefully they build off some of the stuff. Just book a decent show. Just book matches. We don't need a lot of bullshit. What we had? What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 matches.
okay,
So that's decent amount of matches on the show.
yeah.
Just make them entertaining. Just
Well, say I do also wonder. Well, I don't know if this is something they're doing for like almost all the world champions, but besides Jey Uso maybe. But it seems like they're kind of just like making the world champions kind of like sit back and wait until maybe after Money in the Bank or maybe like after Saturday night's main event.
it's just
For,
like
like, their
you can't
next-
have like the title too active. I guess like I try to give it like some prestige.
Yeah,
Which-
I do wonder because it's like as of now I don't see like a clear direction for like a world title match at Money in the Bank. Maybe the women's championship because you could do a fatal 4-way between Nia, Tiffany, Jade, and Naomi.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you sacrifice like Jade and Naomi like being in Money in the Bank to like do that. So I don't know.
Or they already gonna have Jade in a match next week.
Qualifier, I think.
Yeah, qualifier. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
I'm excited.
But I'm definitely curious for like the next opponent Tiffany has. I personally think Naomi will probably win Money in the Bank and then cash in on Tiffany.
Yeah, that's my pick.
But if there is something that happens in between that, I am interested to see what it is. We can move into Monday Night Raw. They got on social media. Or no, Logan Paul got on social media and was like, yeah, like they're going to let me cook the open Raw tomorrow. And I just thought to myself, he just going to say the same shit he been saying. And what do? Say the same shit he been saying. Really. Funny enough, before I came in here today, I read a quote from him. I guess he had said it on Impulsive or whatever. He was like, Logan Paul hating WWE is forced. No, it is not. Aside from you being a terrible person in real life, you're just not a good promo, bro. You have been, I don't know how many times I gotta say this. I'm doing the same thing you doing. You cut the same promo every time, bro. Yeah, I'm an outsider. I could do this. I'm gonna win this faster than you. Stop, bro. Stop. Here's my thing, and again, I've said this. At this point, you are no longer an outsider. Whether I like it or not, whether people who come to those arenas like it or not, You're no longer an outsider. You are no longer new at this. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody walks into a match at this point thinking like, oh, yeah, I don't think Logan Paul can do this. No. We know you can. We know you can wrestle. We know you can do cool moves. But where's the depth, bro? Where's, like, I don't, you know what I mean? There's got to be more than, like, yeah, I'm the guy who made Prime, and, like, I have a podcast, and, like, my brother boxes, and I boxed Floyd Mayweather. Like, what else is there, bro? Like, there is no depth to the Logan Paul character. The hate is not forced. It's just like,
yeah, it's nothing new. It's the same thing over and over.
New.
It's like missionary
Over and over. Like, bro, it's...
Yeah, I don't, like a personality aside, I kind of feel bad because it's like, damn, like he might really like the business, or he just might be over it now, but you just gotta, because like, I guess, I remember like for the press conference for like Netflix, he was like, I want to be full time. So it's just like, if you want to be full time, make like the character changes,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like be a face, but just
like
give
I
us
said, you're
something
no
new.
longer an outsider.
Yeah,
bro.
like
it's you do this now.
Yeah.
This is your job. You show up. Make some tweaks to the character. Do something,
Yeah,
bro.
like even when
along with also like stop just spamming moves and matches, bro. Like it's more than just you know how to do shit. Like, yeah, you can do a couple 450 splashes, but like it's all about making the match connect and making the match make sense and telling the story within the match, bro. Like,
unfortunately,
I don't feel like
that's
you do
gonna
that.
be that's the main event for Saturday. So
Yes, Saturday night's main event.
That might be my bathroom break.
A bathroom break at the close of the show is crazy.
But on the bright side, I guess we got I saw Gunther came in, talk a little to him. Jay came out there too, so I'm digging. Everybody's connected to the title. We haven't seen that in a while.
I thought Gunther and Jay like absolutely like saved that segment. If we're being honest, like
they more than likely they did.
Like when Gunther came out there, like and he said like, when I look at you, like I don't see no heart. I said yes, Gunther, because I don't see it either, nigga. That shit is real. That shit is real, bro. That's what I want. Like niggas to, you know what I'm saying, assess the situation, know what's going on. Gunther ain't out there cutting the same promo for me 30 times a year, bro. Logan Paul is. So I thought they absolutely saved that segment. Ironically, segueing into AJ Styles, who I don't know if Logan Paul made people think he was washed. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think people just understood Logan Paul's ass. AJ Styles and Pizza versus Judgment Day.
Unc still got it, man. My GOAT.
Granny just got out of an 11-year coma. Tell her AJ Styles still phenomenal, nigga. What you talking about? There. Great match. Finish was of course a little wonky. Another El Gran Americano run in. I will say this, they are clearly building to something between him and Penta, which is just Chad Gable, but yeah, Penta and Chad Gable, Grand Americano, whatever. I don't know if it's that Triple Mania, the AAA event.
Please get this over with. This is
it's
getting tiresome.
It's just getting a little stale, bro. Like I think it's run its course. Again, we said this last week. Like it's just more so that I thought this was just like some like fun one-off thing. Like it's not make it. You know what I'm saying? El Gran Americano should not be a long-term character. We should focus on, if we're going to focus on that particular individual, we need to be focused on Chad Gable.
Yeah.
And not, you know what I'm saying, some silly parody of Gable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have helped out a lot if they like the whole incognito version of this, because we know it's Chad. Like Chad was having a history with the Luchadors.
Yeah,
Luchadors. Now it's like, well, that's not me, brother. We know it's you. You can't fool us.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. It was funny at first.
It was, but
that
was
a couple like him bringing in the doctor's note was hilarious. Like some of it was funny, but now it's just like, okay, like what now?
Yeah. Hopefully this.
How far are we taking this? Sheamus and Waller.
Well, before that, we got Waller and New Day.
Yeah.
A little backstage. That was kind of cool. So hopefully this ends soon.
Like.
Hopefully this ends soon.
Yeah.
This team up of Waller in theory, because it doesn't went nowhere for over a year now.
Yeah, I've been asking for a theory babyface turn for a while. I guess because like there's some stuff like I read and see, and like the Theory's a great person in real life. Like does Make a Wish, like all that. Like I've seen, you know what I'm saying. he seems like more of a baby face. I think that's why he's having trouble like being a heel. He's not like naturally an asshole, or like he just I don't think he necessarily has that in him. So I wanted to see him like turn baby face and see if that maybe kind of elevates his stock a little bit. But also this was a good, to me it was a good showing for Waller.
They had like him and Theory have like the ring work. They just
like they're pretty capable singles.
Which I'm a little upset
that,
because Theory and Waller could have like a good 7-match series or something like that, because they would put on a good match and they both are good characters.
Yeah, I do think, and also at I don't think it was Battleground. I forget the name of the NXT pay-per-view, but like when they were facing Oba, like I liked what I saw for the most part. Like, individually, like they can definitely, you know what I'm saying, do things on their own. Like nobody's calling them like the best wrestlers in the world, but like they're definitely capable singles competitors. They're definitely people you can put out there on TV and have been out there on TV in the past to like put up against like your top guys or whatever. So I definitely think I do think it's coming soon. And I'm hesitant to say that, but at the same time, like it seems like they're leaning more into it. Like, great crowd last night. Theory was getting reactions, but also like you see him kind of like in the background, like while Sheamus is beating up Waller, like he's laughing at him. He kind of not pushes Waller into the ring, but like kind of stops Waller from leaving.
Yeah, which
backs him up to the apron, which leads to like the 10 beats of the Badger. So I mean.
It's.
I do think it's coming. I hope it does come soon.
Please.
Like I said, this has been dragged out long enough, but also like they are both like capable competitors. I think we're well past the point where
really good potential mid-card title holders.
Yeah, if anything. So I mean, we've seen. I personally enjoyed like that early Theory run with the U.S. title. So I mean, I definitely think he's capable. I definitely think Waller's capable as well. So we will see.
Trying to think, Theory and Bobby was kind of horrible. Not gonna lie. Well, just the gimmick stuff that was kind of bad. But Theory could go. So
I've seen him in some. Yeah, we will see. But like I said, I think we're at the point where it needs to happen. Again, this is not something that needs to be drug out. Let's get it. Honestly, this is going on longer than anything else on the roster. So like, we really need to get this shit done by like Money in the Bank. For being real. Becky, Roxanne, Natalya. Oh man, I think I'm becoming a Natalya shooter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. She's doing some great work like outside of the company with like NWA.
Yeah.
Was doing some stuff with Bloodsport. Somebody brought up an interesting point I saw on Twitter. It's like when Natty goes to like Bloodsport or goes to NWA, she is like she's a completely different character than like the Natalya we get. Like,
well, I mean, we know she's like a great wrestler. It's just the character work has been kind of like for a while. But yeah, she could go. But this is the character work. And when you win the feds, you gotta be entertaining.
I don't know. I kind of like the character that she's playing like on the indies though. Like my point kind of was gonna be that. I guess you should kind of like book her consistently as that. Like if she's going to the indies or Bloodsport or NWA or whatever, and she's doing that, like bring that back to TV. Like people like that. People want to see that. Like she's going by like the low key legend when like on the indies and stuff. Put that on TV. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But regardless, had a good showing last night. Thought Becky and Roxanne had a good showing as well. Congratulations to Roxanne. Personally, I never had a doubt. I just knew in my soul that Lyra Valkyria was gonna be back and make sure. I just knew in my soul Lyra was gonna be
FC
back
stand up
and wasn't
she's
gonna
back.
let her do that shit. Bro. I was like,
Becky in a Money in the Bank match, I
wouldn't have been mad at it, and I'm gonna get into that too once we get to Rhea Ripley. But I'm not mad at it at all. I thought it was a good showing. I think it was a great way to elevate a star. I know a lot of people were a little upset that that Roxanne and Julia lost the main event last week and ultimately split. But like, I think this is a good direction to go. I think
like they don't really need each other. Like
exactly.
This would have been one of them forced like tag teams, But yeah, great match. Girl Roxanne, the Prodigy, get some spotlight for her on a PLE. She's had a great year. I forgot about the Royal Rumble. She broke that record.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited. Might be a dark horse for this for the Money in the Bank.
Wouldn't hate it. Also, since we are on the subject of Roxanne, this happened a little later in the show, but since we're there, Judgment Day. She's not an official member, but as we've seen in the past few weeks, Finn Balor's been talking to her in the background. This week he brings her to the clubhouse. She brings gifts. She brings Carlito an apple. Brings Dominic a box of chicken nuggets, bro.
Listen, man, if Dominic goes 3 for 3, it's gonna be time for conversation. Man.
Sometimes you just gotta ask yourself, what does Dominic know?
Should I cut the beard? Just go straight mustache?
Listen, bro, the kayfabe list of women is kind of crazy. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Roxanne,
potentially
Roxanne.
do I need a mohawk? Like,
that shit is nuts.
What do I need? Like, what does he have that I don't have?
So I know we talked like before WrestleMania, and we were kind of like, well, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Some people kind of over the Judgment Day, and whatever you do with the Judgment Day next, if it's not necessarily disbanding it, like, you really don't need to miss. Mm-hmm. I will say, if Roxanne does become a member and Finn ultimately ousts Dominic, Liv Morgan, Raquel, I do think Roxanne is like a good first member. I don't know who else you would add, or I don't know what else, I don't know who else would like fit with the Judgment Day to like kind of legitimize them again. Mm-hmm. If they go that route.
Well, I don't think they need to be like the main event team again. Like
yeah,
how it was
I'll say that because Seth and Braun are kind of like occupying that right now, so they don't necessarily need to be. But I'm just thinking like if that's the direction they go.
I'm not gonna lie, the comedy is getting me. I'm not gonna lie, like they're funny, they're entertaining.
Carlito's,
like the
Carlito's hilarious.
The like every time Finn comes on TV, Dominic rolls his eyes. Every time Dominic comes on TV, Finn rolls his eyes. That's gonna be hilarious. I'm guessing Liv's gonna bring in somebody who they obviously Finn won't approve of, so that's gonna be like a little going back and forth. It's gonna be cool. Hopefully, like I'm hoping it might be a guy this time. I guess like a fake Finn or somebody like that. That would be kind of funny. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not. I was kind of sad if they got rid of the Judgment Day because they're kind of getting over me now. They're being like more funny. So I'm kind of liking this work that they have right now.
Yeah. Like I said, definitely important for them to stick to landing with whatever they do next. But I think Roxanne is a good first step regardless.
Yeah.
We had a little interaction with Gunther and Seth Rollins. I ain't gonna lie. That's another carrot that's been dangled in front of us for like 2 years now. They did it before WrestleMania 40 last year. I think they did it at some point before the Royal Rumble. Yeah, they did. We were there, I think. Was that? Yeah, I think we were there. They did it before the Royal Rumble with it was a segment with like Gunther, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Did it again with like this past week. Gunther essentially telling Seth like, I'm waiting for you to come knocking on my door. Like, I've been waiting for this shit.
Shout out Gunther, man. He just wants to wrestle more than anything. Hey,
Gunther ain't running from no smoke.
No smoke.
But yeah, I'm interested, but again, like they've been dangling this in our face for a minute. Yeah, so I'm not getting too invested, but I'm interested.
Yeah, I just don't know what they do with this because of, like we said, the four, like you got Seth, Gunther, Jay with the title. Hopefully, please let them win on Saturday. Then with Sammy and Punk, a lot of interchangeable faces. This is great for TV. It's entertaining, but we just want to see just a little bit what they're gonna do with this. Yeah, all these people coming together, trying to have that one common goal of being world heavy yeet champ.
Heavy yeet is crazy, but yeah, like I agree with you. I'm thoroughly enjoying like the title picture around the world heavyweight title. I think it's important. I think they did this well with Cody Rhodes as well when he was undisputed champion. Like. It's not necessarily the same story being told with Jay, at least not right now, where Cody Rhodes was kind of like losing friends and everybody was gunning for him.
Yeah.
But the aspect of everybody gunning for Jay Uso is still, like, in the sense the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got Gunther coming for you, Logan Paul coming for you, Seth Rollins. Like, it's an entertaining story. I always enjoy the back against the wall, like, champion type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So I do want to see where that goes. I have no complaints so far. Rhea versus Zoe versus Kyrie. As we stated earlier, Zoe Stark was injured in this match, so it ultimately became an impromptu one-on-one with Rhea and Kyrie. No complaints here. Last week we talked about side quest and like kind of keeping, top stars like occupied while not necessarily being in the world title picture. I want to make clear to like everybody on the internet, Like, while it is true, like, Rhea Ripley does not necessarily, like, need the challenge for the world title soon, or that she's not need to be world champion soon, that does not mean that she should not be in big matches.
Yeah, on a Big Five PLE. Like.
Yeah, like, first off, not even in kayfabe, in reality, why would somebody who's a top dog not be in some of the biggest matches? That's like saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, Roman Reigns was in the Royal Rumble. Like, just because I don't want Roman Reigns to be like world champion anytime soon, that doesn't mean he shouldn't be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
it's one of the biggest matches in the company. It gives you one of the biggest opportunities in the company. Why would you not? In reality and in storyline, that both makes sense. So I understand that some people like might have a certain level of I guess fatigue with Rhea Ripley like being world champion. That is fine. But don't ever get that confused with the fact that just because there's that fatigue, that means that they should not be involved in like big time marquee matches. Rhea Ripley should absolutely be in Money in the Bank. Why would you not want big stars in there? Yeah. Rhea Ripley's already in. Alexa Bliss is in. Those are like two of the bigger stars in the women's division. You should always want your big stars in there. And the Money in the Bank is a good opportunity to like for big stars to mix it up with like up and coming stars. Yeah. Like Roxanne just got in. Like, that's a big deal. So do not let your fatigue confuse you with like facts and what a wrestling show should be. Rhea Ripley should absolutely be in that match. Winning it is a completely different story. If you want to say she shouldn't win, that is fine. But her not being in there, no. Jay versus Braun.
Crazy chemistry they have.
They have some really good chemistry.
Which is kind of weird.
The two Intercontinental Championship matches they've had have been really solid.
Yeah.
Last night was really solid, although it did not have a finish. I would venture out to say that Jey Uso has put on some of his best work since becoming world champion.
Allegations have been beat.
So far. We're not out the woods yet, but so far. I think the match Saturday is kind of gonna... It might hurt him a little bit, to be honest.
I kind of have a little hope in Logan, and hopefully they know how important this match is. What you have, like, you know, even though Logan is like I don't want to say a household name, but he's like famous, so they should want to put on a good match. Hopefully, whoever books this match is riding down some lava, because it's gonna have some negative feedback just because of you know, Jay has like the people how they feel about Jay lately, and of course how we feel about Logan. So I got my fingers crossed on this one. This needs to be a good match. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't have too much faith in Logan because you went out there and put on a stinker with AJ Styles. That's just it for me.
Yeah, hopefully they just learn from their mistakes with this one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the last two showings for Jay have been one of the two of the better ones. Like, maybe in a couple years. Well, I ain't gonna say a couple years because he's faced Braun like last year.
Well, at least singles match wise.
But singles match wise, it's some of his best. Like since the two matches are some of his best.
He's went 2 for 2 with this title.
Yeah. So definitely, you know what I'm saying, staving off some of the hate right now. Good for him. After the match, man. Did you hear the reaction to Cult of Personality?
Bro, that was a good crowd last night.
Hey, Greenville, take a bow.
For real.
Cult of Personality hit, the static hit, and all I heard was, it sounded like prime Austin walked out there.
Yeah, I seen that.
It sounded like Stone Cold Steve Austin walked there, fam. Like, you couldn't hear the music at all. And then when the music stopped, they're just like singing the whole thing. I said, oh, like, this is what Aura looks like.
Yeah, the motion.
It's funny. And it's funny that happened because I saw somebody tweet out yesterday, and a lot of people are mad at CM Punk for like leaving AEW. They were like, it's like, yeah, CM Punk was never a draw. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro,
are you serious? You like, I don't get into numbers, but I absolutely know when somebody's a draw, bro.
Yeah, it was like a little dark because of, I guess, it was a collision. That kind of was like, that being on Saturday nights, that's not like a wrestling.
Yeah, it's not a wrestling night.
That's not a wrestling night, but it's still.
At least not cable-wise, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's still CM Punk. Like, I'm going to look for the highlights of CM Punk. Like,
yeah, bro, like, that is Phil Brooks, bro. Stop playing,
like, bro. If you told us he was coming back in, like, 2013, we would have smacked you. Like,
yeah, dog. So, with that,
well, we did get Logan punching Jay in the face. So, I guess this does mean Jay gets the upper hand because
I'm not moved. I'm just not moved by none of this Logan Paul shit. I'm not. I want him to show me something different. I'm not moved by none of this Logan Paul shit, and I don't know if I will be for a long time. Because again, he still think he new to this shit. Like, bro, you've been here since WrestleMania 38. It's WrestleMania. We're going into WrestleMania 42. Like next year. Like, nigga, you done been here for like. You done been here for like a presidential term, nigga. Lock in. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, man. So, I will say I am. While I'm not moved by Logan Paul, again, I am moved by the World Heavyweight title picture.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
With that, we can get into Saturday night's main event. We are making good time because I ain't gonna lie, I want to get on and see the Western Conference Finals. CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, John Cena versus R-Truth non-title, Steel Cage with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, Logan Paul versus main event Jey Uso.
It's only 4 matches.
It is only 4 matches, which I do not have a problem with because the first Saturday night's main event they did, it felt a little rushed, or the most recent set. Well, yeah, not the very first, but like the first they did, like since returning to TV, felt a little rushed. Mm-hmm. The second one was a little, wasn't hard. I'll say it was a little easier to watch just because, like I said, it wasn't as rushed. Yeah. Like all the matches had time, so I think 4 is the perfect number for a 2-hour show, especially one that is like, this isn't a PLE, like it's a TV special, so there's still going to be commercials and all that. So I think that was I think 4 matches is the perfect spot. I will say, I thought about this on the way here. Something I would have liked for them to do to kind of like legitimize the show a little bit more. I probably would have subbed out John Cena and R-Truth for like a Money in the Bank qualifier, just like I said, legitimize.
Give like a good tease, let people know what we're getting into.
Yeah, give it a feel that like it matters, because some people some people kind of look at it as a glorified house show, and maybe it is. I don't know. I think there are, like, out of the 4 matches, there are probably like 2 really good stories on this card, and that's the Steel Cage and the tag team match between Punk, Zayn, Rollins, and Breaker. But yeah, I think I probably would have subbed out Cena and Truth for a little, Money in the Bank qualifier just to help out. Uh-huh. Don't know if that changes before
Friday.
Yeah, before Friday. But yeah. So we can go through with predictions, and we can get out of here. CM Punk, Zayn, Rollins, Breaker. Give me Rollins and Breaker. Obviously, way too early in this the run of this new tandem for them to like lose. Yeah. I think there have been the Sammy stuff is still being teased, bro. I don't know. I hope not, because ultimately I want next year to be the culmination of like Sami Zayn's hard work and he becomes world champion. So like I don't think him being like somebody else's underling again is the move, unless like you're really gonna make him world champion. And personally, I like the Sami Zayn that like fights from underneath and is
the storyline just too perfect for the Rumble being in Saudi Arabia. For like,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm going with Seth and Braun too. Hopefully, we get the third man, if there is a third man. So I'm going with the bad boys.
John Cena versus R-Truth. I don't know what this is gonna look like, but I know John Cena's gonna win. I don't know what to expect out of this, to be honest. I don't.
Give me R-Truth.
What? Yo, that's crazy. That's insane.
I just fuck it. I'm just gonna give me R-Truth. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm
right. No way.
I just see they gotta do something crazy. Like, I don't know. This can't be like a squash match. It has to be something. Just something got to happen out of nowhere. Just give me R-Truth just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I don't know what this looks like, but I know damn well it better not go like that. Steel cage match with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Tough one to call, to be honest. I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. Think he benefits a lot from the win. We talked last week about how we don't know when Cody Rhodes is coming back. Like, as of now, it's been a month since we've seen him. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to like get you. Drew McIntyre is a top dog, but I think it's important to like firmly establish that he is a top dog and like he's who you build. You're probably gonna build your show around for the for the summer and for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Damn, I really want to go Damian because he lost at Mania, and I feel like 2 big losses in a row for stipulation matches kind of hurts him. Oh, man. And he be like, this might kill some momentum. I'm gonna still go Damian, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go Damian.
The World Heavyweight Championship.
And that has been episode 7.
Yo, listen. Yo, the World Heavyweight Championship, Logan Paul versus main event Jey Uso.
Are we going out Saturday night? Can we leave?
I'm gonna absolutely find something to do Saturday night. Nigga.
Can we leave? Oh, this starts at what time does this show start?
It should start at 8. First off, I have not seen any of the Saturday night's main events like live, like since they have started coming back on TV. The first time I was in New York. The second time, I'm pretty sure I was outside.
When was the second one?
The second one was in like January-ish, I think. January or February, because it was before Jay won the Rumble. But he faced Gunther again and lost. So it was.
Oh,
it was
I don't
like
even
in that
remember.
time frame.
Yeah, we might have been outside that day.
Yeah.
Look, I'm outside. Look, we can go outside.
Listen, like I don't ever watch that shit live.
We can
not
leave
because I don't want to, but like I said, Saturday.
We can leave the house at like 10.
Yeah, like Saturday's not a wrestling day, so yeah. Yeah, bro. I've said it plenty of times. Give me Jey Uso.
Yeah, please.
Ain't really shit to talk about here.
It's been awesome.
Give me Jey Uso. We'll see Jey Uso versus Gunther June 9th in Phoenix.
Yeah, give me Jay in a 2-star classic.
Listen, I will say this.
I'm kind of.
I want really badly for this to be a good match, only because Jey Uso has done so good since winning the World Championship. So I would like for this to be a good match, but like I can't. I have tempered expectations.
I'm kind of nervous because the backstage segment with Logan and Seth, Logan was on the phone. He was like, "Bro, come get me." I said, "Bro, if they bring out this mother,
if I see that nigga's brother, I'm gonna know something, bro." That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
If they do this BS and they bring that jabroni on my TV Saturday night, bro, I'm gonna know something, bro. They better. But yeah, I just please, Jay, just go in your bag.
Do what you can, Jay.
Please use all your VC before the match and just boost your speed, your diving, your punch strip. Yeah, just boost everything
all
up.
That big, bro.
Please. Logan carried a match that has not been good in a while.
It stinks, man.
He put on a stinker with my goat before. It just. Please,
put
Jay.
on the stinker with AJ Styles WrestleMania. Like I know the like running joke is like AJ Styles just has like weird WrestleMania look, but like that shit shouldn't have been that bad, nigga. Like,
somebody, just anybody.
As much as I hate to say it, like I've seen a good Logan Paul match, bro. It's like
yeah, but
I don't know what the fuck that was at WrestleMania, but like I've seen one.
I just hope they get just pull out the big guns for this match. Like somebody to get like the best rider y'all have. Y'all just be brainstorming until just please, bro. We need something. This is gonna be on cable. Like y'all don't let us down like this, bro.
Lock in, bro. This is one of your biggest audiences. But yeah, man. I don't have much. We pretty much covered. Honestly, we covered everything in the beginning, then segued into reviews and predictions. So we are good. I would like to get home and watch this Western Conference Finals.
Who you got?
I am still torn, but I am going to take the Timberwolves coming out of the West.
Okay.
Out of the East, I'm going to take the Pacers. I have a really good I don't know. I just have a really good feeling about it, man. I don't think anybody really matches up well with them right now. So I'm gonna take the Pacers out of that.
All right, I'm going. I want to pick Minnesota so bad because I feel like Ant knows that none of this shit is guaranteed. Like this is my second year at the Western Conference Finals, but the way Caruso did Jokic and then Lou Dort being a good defender, I just got OKC in 6 and then New York, Indiana. I think the agenda is there. It's New York in 6 or 7. It's just the script is there. Like
I will say this: the world is not ready for what them niggas are already acting like dickheads. The world is not ready for what would happen if New York wins an NBA Finals, bro. They're not.
They're not. But
like that dude in the video that was like called the National Guard, actually called the National Guard.
Called the New Avengers, Batman, Doctor
all
Strange.
Of them, bro. Because that city is not gonna sleep for like a week, legitimately. Also, congratulations to Tyrese Halliburton. He's in WWE 2K25.
Hey, wrestling is everywhere, man. We keep trying to tell you.
Wrestling's everywhere. But yeah, congratulations to him. But yeah, man. Great episode today. Got through a lot.
Yeah.
Under our usual time.
But hey,
when you know, you just know.
Obligations.
Yeah, man. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay locked with our socials. We like to put up clips during the week. Just encourage engagement. TikTok, please stop shadow banning us because we got a video with 19 views right now, and I don't understand why when the gorilla shit went crazy. But yeah, great episode 7. We appreciate it. Once again, I'm Chris on the Southside Woodall on Twitter. Follow Off the Top Rope Podcast on all platforms. Follow Barry on all socials as well. Barry Season.
It's Barry.